Okay, my fellow Americans, here we have a medium fade. At first he wasn't really sure whether or not he wanted to cut the top down at all, but we ended up actually just leaving the top. I just blended the sides in, pretty much like a comb over. I just combed it to the side and blended the side in, and he was completely happy with it, especially after I wetted the hair at the end. You'll see it really just came together. But this is a mid fade or a medium fade, at least what I would consider a medium fade. Not super low. There's no curve. There's no it's not a taper. I mean, or tapers on the sideburns or the back and the nape area. I mean, really the whole. It's, I say taper, but like I just think of like the technical term and things like that. It's just like, well. The whole every haircut is a taper basically, but anyways, and here I did actually curve it. Maybe I did curve it. I did. It was a little difficult actually trying to keep up with the camera, and I was actually anticipating someone else walking in at the same time. Someone had sent me a message saying that they were on their way, but I never got a message or any type of appointment, or I just wasn't aware, and so I was just kind of anticipating that person and cutting talking to this guy at the same time. But I think I realized here as I made my guideline with the 5/0 or the 5-0 blade, which is your liners, just making the guideline, getting behind the ear, and cleaning it up. This is really small world. Being a barber, you meet a lot of different people, and you realize that how much people are connected to each other. You like to think that it's such a big world, but I guess within your community or within the few cities over, it's really not that big. I guess this way everything is set up, not only just with the internet, but with just people knowing people. It's a really small world, and you begin to find that out. And as being a barber, you realize like, wow, like people. There's even people that you meet that you just don't want to meet, or it's awkward because you know about them, but they don't really remember you or know about you. So, and it's just sometimes really awkward as a barber. Cleaning them up. Looks like I did leave a curve. Kind of surprising myself here. I'm not sure if I do take it up. If not, I mean, the haircut comes out perfectly fine anyways. But I believe I do take it up a little bit more from the back here. I do see like a little curve that I left. But I got my foil shavers, and just using the different techniques with the foil shaver, trying to figure out how to how well the hair cuts, how well his hair or his head takes the shaver. I think like right there, right when I was like tapping it right there, I realized like, wait, you know what? This needs to be taken up a little bit higher. I believe I do take it up higher. Well, we'll see if I do. I'm pretty sure I did, but well, I guess we'll see in this video. But the technique is the same, really, that I use. I really don't do anything different when it comes to cutting hair. And depending on how tight the fade is, or the part of the haircut, the blend or the taper or whatever, the cut the technique that I may use may be just a little different. Pretty faithful client right here. This guy's a chef, a really good chef. He actually brought me a fish sandwich, and it was just like super delicious. It was really good. Really good chef. This guy like remembers everybody from high school. He was a chef or worked in the cafeteria, and even did a class as well in high school in East Chicago Central High School. If you know where that's at, it's pretty much, say, about 45 minutes away, maybe half hour, 45 minutes away from Chicago. not really that far at all. East Chicago is in Indiana. East Chicago, Indiana is a city that I'm actually from. But where I cut hair at is in Hammond, which is not that far, but Hammond is it's a pretty big city. So, depending where you're at, maybe a little further from East Chicago. And how much you travel. But yeah, Chicago is literally in our backyard, so. And here you can tell I do take it up a little higher with the Slimline Pros here. These are actually brand new. The ones that I've had, I broke them, like, I just broke them, and I dropped them so many times, and just you know, whether it's the blade or just doesn't keep a charge. But you know, I actually went ahead and bought some classic T outliners and this, but I really didn't like them that much. I use them, but I just went ahead and returned them. I didn't like them so much. They got. When I remember, I mean, the last pair that I had was years ago when I first started cutting hair, and that was like in 2009, 2010. That was a long time ago. But yeah, I really like the Slimline Pros. I've tried a few different ones. I do like the Detailers walls. They didn't have those at the beauty supply, so I just went ahead and got these. They're actually the same price as the T outliners. Like the Slimline Pros because they're wireless. I mean, they're light, they're great. But sometimes that actually backfires on you because you might drop them, and that's exactly what I did. And in the charge, you know, I had a hard time with it. You can see right here, I did take it up a little higher with the liners. You can tell that the blend is coming in fairly nice. You don't really see any line at all. At least I don't. I toot my own horn here and make me seem like I'm the best barber out there, fader out there. Darth Vader over here. Yeah, using that tapping technique where both of the foils are touching the clients, but touching the hair there. So I moved on to the Masters Open. I take that up. It's like maybe like an inch, maybe an inch and a little bit longer than an inch. Don't be afraid to take it high. You gotta blend away, you know. Just because you make a guideline with one thing doesn't mean you're gonna be like perfectly within that system. You can be, and depending on the fade, you may have to if you're looking for a darker transition. But most of the time, people want a fresh fade, or it just looks clean, you know. Depending on the client, you know, usually most of the time they want a clean fade. And here I'm blending it out. I believe I have them closed right here. I'm just taking that line right out. This hair takes the clippers pretty well, pretty easy. That's always a big plus, you know, when you're not fighting with the client's hair or the head, and you're trying to dig in the person's head. It's just no fun, especially in a long day. But when you do what you love, I mean, you don't work a day in your life, right? I mean, you get tired, you know, to be honest, you know, plenty of days are you get tired, you get exhausted, and you just get like this stone face, you know, you have nothing to give. And it sucks sometimes because, like, you want to go hang out with friends and family and, you know, your significant other, and man, it's just it stinks because you've used all your energy and your personality for your job, especially being a barber, you know, it's like being a therapist. That's actually something that we talked about in this haircut today, or Wednesday, or well, not Wednesday, but Thursday, I guess now. It's actually 12:30 right now in the morning while I'm recording, actually. But yeah, blending it in, using the notches, playing with the hair, and just making sure it blends and getting in between and double checking myself, going back and forth. Yeah. You know, as you fade, as you cut, you know, it's not like just step 1, step 2, step 3. It's many steps within each step. You always want to have a plan, but within that plan and within those steps, in the procedure, you may have to go back and forth. And this hair really blends really nice and easy. It makes for an easy haircut. You know, easy $20. That's how much we charge here at this barbershop. Although next year I'm actually thinking of raising the prices personally, especially if I'm in my own shop, like $25 you know, a haircut. You know, haircuts vary. You know, if it's an older guy or how much hair they have, it just really all depends on the work to be done. And never cheap yourself out. Never, you know, lose out. Know your worth. This is the 1A. Just letting the machine do its job. Cleaning it up, making sure I know where I'm at. Looking at the direction of the hair. Maybe I should go backwards on top. Just letting the haircut come to me. Don't chase the fade. Let the fade chase you, huh? Words of wisdom. Actually getting some bookings right now on Booksy. Actually the system that I use. Big Hair Grab the Masters again open, and just checking my work. Really cool guy. Really cool guy. Next I have the 1.5. Blending it up there, right there, the ridge with the crown, or near the crown with the ridge. I don't touch his facial hair, he pretty much does it himself. Looks like he's got a goatee going on. I get in there with the 1.5, and you'll see I come back with the 1A. Pretty much I make my guideline, say I got the 1.5 here. I'll make my guideline, I go as far as I'm going to go, and then I go back, and right now I'm switching to the 1A. And yeah, see, and I'm just checking my work. Right at the ridge of his head, there was like an indention, just his skin or whatever, the way his head is shaped. Looked a little dark on the top, but that's something you really can do nothing about, and you can. But I mean, it's not very noticeable. Only if you know what you're looking for. But the haircut comes together. And here, just giving you guys a front view of the lining in the forehead. Now, I really don't take it too far in. Just keeping it natural, but keeping it clean and keeping it straight. You don't have to shave it all the time to get that perfect lining. I prefer to keep it all natural, keep the hair natural, as natural as possible, at least, and keep keeping those corners nice and sharp. It really makes the haircut pop. So yeah, right here I pretty much wet it, and I was about to cut it a little bit, but as I wet it, I think he might have seen it maybe in the mirror or in the window or something, but he liked it actually. You can tell right here he actually liked the way it looked. I was like, okay, alright, so what I did is just combed it to the side and blended it in on the right side there. Usually I'll comb it the other way around too, so that way if he wants to switch it up or whatever, he can. But since he liked it this way, I just blended it on this right side. But if you want to be super detailed about the haircut, you can always go to the other side as well. Just blending it in the back here. Hair is really soft, really easy, manageable, and that helps, and it makes for an easy haircut. Nice and soft. This kind of reminds me of my hair, but then again, I don't know, my hair's weird. I thinned out myself. I'm gonna put some elegance gel on him. Just gonna line them up. You see, this is where it gets nice and crispy. But this is pretty much the haircut, guys. Hope you enjoyed, learned something, picked up some techniques as watching and hearing me. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you very much.